Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lilo and I'm back again with another video. And I left this open. That would have been game over if that dropped everywhere. Hope you guys have been doing well. Welcome back to my channel. For all the newcomers, I'm Lilo and welcome to my channel. And don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell when next. I can't even talk right now. Why does this always happen to me? I don't know why this always happens to me. But guys, as you can see from the title, I am actually going to be reacting to quite a few of the Club Shay interview with Katt Williams and Monique. And it's just little clips here and there. I want actually to go back and watch it because these two people, Katt Williams and Monique, both are like favorite comedians. And growing up seeing them as well, been one of my favorites. But I specifically wanted to like watch over some of these clips and just, I don't know, just react again to it, listen to it again and see what one, because it was quite like the beginning of the year. Like just to think of it, from the beginning of Katt Williams started the beginning of this year, exposing left, right, and center, and then look at all the madness that's gone on since. It's crazy. Who would think we'll be here now, in the situation that we're in right now? But like always, I'm going to go straight into it. But don't forget to like this video and to comment down below like your favorite parts to the Katt Williams and Club Shay interview. I want to see more of him, definitely more of him, because he like literally opened a can of worms and exposed everybody. And literally there was nothing no one can do. They were literally exposed. Let me bring this up and away we go.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't.
By the way, just want to give a disclaimer. Language, yeah. There'll be language. There might be profanity. Me myself, I'm trying to stop from swearing. It's difficult, but yeah, I'm trying to stop from swearing as well. But gonna be some language in here, so just take that into effect as well.
Matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes in it, all lies will be exposed. That's all.
100.
And know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, man.
And you know, one thing I loved about like this interview was the fact that every time Katt Williams would say something, Shannon Sharpe had to literally take a drink, take a sip. He couldn't help it. He had to take a sip because a whole can of worms were open during this interview. Like, not saying that shots were fired, but it was one of them interviews that even Katt said he'll be one of the biggest like shows. Every year he like Club Shay, to my opinion, because of Katt Williams, he started off 2024 when it came to podcasts.
Kind of get one here.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
You can't help it.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I should know, and they all know it.
And that's like one of the worst things possible in like the celebrity industry in general. Because people look at celebrities like, oh, idols, and like they got perfect eyes, and it's like, no. Think of the people like in your everyday normal life, some of your members, your friends, what they get up to. The celebrities, they can get up to much worse because they have the money to get away with it. Like soon, his Cat Williams is gonna talk about Diddy. So many rumors about Diddy, like especially with liking boys. Like no one can say that there weren't rumors because there were plenty of rumors. And like I said before, I'm like a conspiracy theorist kind of person, so I'm definitely gonna end up watching some of the more of those kind of things here. Like, what's the phrase? You can't live in the dark, and everything will come into light. And literally, what happened this year? Everything came into light. Everyone is getting it. It don't matter. It was a case of everyone's getting it. And Diddy as well. Actually, wait. Next is going to be Beyonce and Jay-Z. Those two, I think, will be next.
They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the screen.
I would believe
That's
that.
why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing.
Wow.
I told them to go get the Prowler. I then told them to paint it purple. I told them don't have an actor playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan, to play. Like,
Wow.
I did far too much work.
But it just shows that work. My words. It just shows the work. And like everyone can admit that and his scenes because he makes it him. I'm just thinking of there's just Katt Williams in movies. You just remember his scenes. Obviously, you remember the movies as well, but you will remember Katt Williams' scenes in his movies because he's legit funny person.
For somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that
But
no
I didn't
one's
know it
ever
was a
heard.
lie.
Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard. Oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie, and y'all should switch roles. Like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Katt. Normally, when people are giving you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time, and they're giving information no one else knows or has ever heard. So,
see, that's the thing. You will understand what Shannon Sharp was saying, because sometimes when you're speaking to someone, what they say, you just take it at value, but you don't know the whole shebang. Someone will just give you their own perspective, their own part of the story, and obviously there's some people twist and turn as well. So he's gonna hear from like A is gonna take. My words need to come out. A is gonna tell B, but then it turns out when he's telling B, C is there saying, "Wait, hold on, A is lying, and this is how it's supposed to be." So B is supposed to do when A is telling him his bit, but then he's finding out from C later down the line that no, mate, it wasn't like this, which means A is a liar. And at the same time, how are you supposed to trust him again? What this look? Oh, it's poking out. Oh, yeah. So what can you do?
I'm taking them at face value.
This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey was never homeless.
Yeah.
When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, was making $3,000 a show cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else. That
is true. With Steve Harvey, that is true. I do remember it was the first wife, and then after that, it was the second wife. All I know is, regardless of which wife, both his wives helped him. That's how I see it. That's literally how I see it.
think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history.
Yeah.
Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. At his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A.?
Nope. When it comes down to it, I'm not too sure with the Kevin Hart situation, because it does seem like as if he came out of nowhere. Because I remember Eddie Griffin, I remember Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence. Basically, Def Comedy Jam back then, I remember, but I don't remember seeing Kevin Hart much back then. It's very. Do you know what I love to watch again? The Def Comedy Jam special that was on Netflix. I might need to watch that again, because I really don't remember Kevin Hart that much on the clips that I see. Because I was born in the 90s, so when we saw the clips or when we saw the videos, I don't remember seeing much of Kevin Hart. He probably was there, but just not as much as the other artists, or not artists, comedians that were there. Them days, Bernie Mac, man, R.I.P. Bernie Mac, because he was a funny guy. And you can imagine the jokes that will be coming out if he was here right now.
And in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading. No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
But even with Tiffany Haddish, that's an ad I looked up.
In a world where
I didn't even know much about Tiffany Haddish until.
Hi, yes.
What's the movie?
What's
the movie? Girls Trip? Yeah, I didn't know about Tiffany Haddish until the movie Girls Trip, and then after that, I watched her Netflix show or comedy show They Ready, which featured other comedians that she put on that show. So yeah, it's how like I was able to know Flame Monroe because of the They Ready show or comedian show that Tiffany Haddish put on with Netflix. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have known.
His documentary with Chris Rock, where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how was he same thing?
It's true.
It did happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important.
I'm not gonna lie, the Jussie Smollett situation to this day, are you not embarrassed? Like, I'm sorry, that was so embarrassing. I don't even want to open that can of worms again, because that was embarrassing. Lord have mercy, that was embarrassing.
In the checks and balances of the universe, that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything.
Literally.
That includes blessings for his people.
Amen.
That's why, you know what the number job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
It's that they all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say, it's a cabal, it's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in.
That's why you have to rate Cat Williams, because he does not care whatsoever. The way he sees another person as basically another person, we're all equal. Because technically, we are all equal under God. Like, God created us all equal. No one else is higher or lower. We're all created equal. Obviously, when it comes to marriage and kids, that's a whole separate thing in itself. But across the board, we are all equal.
Guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built.
So
all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis and fraud people at agency.
So imagine that. That's the reason why I realized there's some celebrities or some artists or comedians, or even just let's use artists for examples. You'll call them one-hit wonders, and sometimes they're one-hit wonders because after they got so big from the song, they might have been offered, "Oh, do this, and then we'll do this for you." And they said no, and that's why you don't see them no more. It's like Dave Chappelle. What was it? 50 million. He went to Africa. Like, he literally sucked out to Africa because he thought to himself, I don't know what is going on, doing those shows, but he was gone. And it's that do compromise, and it's detrimental to their health, it's detrimental to their lives, to their families. Why would you do that? There's no point of compromising. God's blessings, it is timing. When it's his time and it's his time, you just have to literally, he just says, seek, you will find. First, seek first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added onto you. So, would you, like I said in another video, the devil will give with this hand, but then he will also take with this hand behind you don't clock. Whereas God, he's giving continuously blessings upon blessings. Obviously, if you and be with him and keep seeking him, then yeah.
What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Huh?
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
That means
behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just.
It's kind of, how do I say this? Standing on business and just saying no, like integrity. If someone told me, you know, in one of my past videos, like my other videos, if you go back, and like if I was to play in a movie, the one character that I would love to play is Storm in X-Men. Now, even if I got offered the job and play Storm, I'd be happy. But if they told me, yeah, I've got to renounce Jesus, or I've got to be sodomized left, right, and center, or I just got to do some madness, sacrifice, I'm not doing it, because what am I gaining? What is that? What is it? You're gaining. What is gained by losing your soul? Nothing. Nothing. It's not happening, mate. Not happening.
A regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. King has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about.
Yeah, that's mad.
They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up. He has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because comedy battle called the Championship Stand-Up Comedy with one Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt said he was actually bald. And that was a wig, he couldn't do stand-up anymore.
That's
Imagine
crazy.
him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars.
No. The one thing I would say to everyone is to put respect on Bernie Mac's name, because Bernie Mac, I wish he was still alive, man.
What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you
Going
didn't want to
behind
be a
the back
movie
is
star?
crazy.
So on behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life.
Create a
I'm
Gmail
actually told that you're a comedian,
account
but
with
you're
your
not actually
own.
funny in real life. That's mad.
Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write.
And that's mad. Being a comedian, I understand that sometimes if someone's got a good delivery and they say, "Yeah, can you say this joke?" I understand. Like, it's like the whole issue with Drake and having a ghostwriter. But then again, when it comes to music, I guess these days it's like if someone's got if there's a good singer songwriter and they write a good song, then I understand. Yeah, saying straight up, yeah, this person wrote the song in my voice. They done the song justice by writing it in my voice, done the song justice by singing it. Fair enough, own up to it. I think there's a difference when you rap up, because they expect rappers to write their own bars. So it's crazy how that works out.
Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym. But you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you.
No, I don't think you understand. 19th 100 city, 19th consecutive years doing 100 city tours. That is another level.
You look.
What? No, there's too
100
many
cities,
comics
that's
out
mad.
there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes.
Okay. Let's get to your
I mean, it puts
upbringing.
people
We'll circle
on
back and we'll get.
I want to protect him real quick because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say said, I can do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke still.
Okay.
2018, 2019.
My guys behind the thing, just you have to do it with other people, but they're doing it with him. But you have to fact check, because these, okay, you're dropping all these gems. Let's search up everything.
But it came out in 2000. I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong, yeah. So
yes. Let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said.
Yeah.
I had asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't
jokes.
add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had.
But how do you have a joke, though? Nah. That's not copyright, but that stealing another comedian's joke, that's a bit. Just because, oh, do you know what? Now that I think about it, there are so many comedians that didn't make it. These jokes probably got stolen, and I'm actually apologizing to everyone in the comedy world that's had this joke stolen, because that is deep, and especially if it's from a comedian that you look up to, and that you thought, and who, or probably a comedian that you thought, yes, I would like to be like that comedian one day. And it turns out, like at your shows, you're performing your jokes, and then it turns out that there's someone back just writing down your jokes to go deliver to the higher up comedian so they can try and deliver that joke. That's crazy.
That made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes. You're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab and help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke.
And I rate him because he's actually given names of people that actually helped him. So it's not him saying, oh yeah, I've done it all myself. He's saying, listen, there was someone there that even told me you can make it better. So if you're having someone to help you make your jokes better, that's actually better actually going and stealing someone else's jokes, because that's crazy.
So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the comic store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship.
Mad.
But Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass.
That's what's crazy. Because then now it's like you're adding extra petrol to the flame that was basically dying out. And then you decide to add oil or extra petrol for it to just continue to, like, instead of fizzing out, it just ends up becoming more ablaze. You got a pass, you apologize, and you turn around and take. Yeah, that's crazy.
For a decade. Why would
10
you sit
years.
here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times, and Katt didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon.
Mad. He stood up on business.
I would have bust Cedric's stomach.
Oh, God. Why his stomach? But then again, he's just standing on business and letting you know what one. No violence, though. No violence.
There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me?
Mad.
Why would you downplay me like that? Why would I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Ricky in a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Now, $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no.
Do you know, I always heard that, like, if P. Diddy asks you to party, you have to say no. And that's crazy. That is crazy. But who was it? Was it Denzel Washington that said, yeah, that if you go to a party before midnight, yeah, because after midnight is when the devil comes out to play. And I think it makes sense. It makes sense, because what am I still going to be doing outside after midnight? Yeah, nah. Unless I'm married and I'm with my husband, but at the same time, I'd rather go home. Why am I going to stay? Oh, no, I've heard too many stories about them places. It's too crazy. Like, yes, you like to have a good time, people, party, and just be able to talk with people, have fun, listen to good music, and be like interacting and social with people. But then, if after midnight you're telling me that devil's coming in after there's all load of stuff coming, yeah, I'm skedaddling. I'm gone. You won't catch me.
To tell him no.
Come on.
I did.
Well,
I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you.
Hey,
That's
look
why I
at
just
him. He has to pour himself another drink. He can't help it in that situation. Hey, I don't drink whiskey like that, but I'll probably do the same thing.
say them
I
so
believe
freely.
Can I need another one? You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being
Katt, man.
it's
It's one of
crazy.
those
Favored
things.
by God. Like when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it.
Amen.
That's how I did it.
It's crazy.
Just because God has given me literally everything I ever even pump faked like I want. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is I don't
God did it.
have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that every woman is a one of one. Like you can't really have types. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to think. What can you do? What can you
All of
do?
these
That's actually done. What can you actually do? This is why, hey, Cat Williams on another level. He's like one of them ones where you actually have to hear him for what he says, reading between them because there's a whole load of truth coming out, and literally nothing can be hidden. And from the beginning, he said he has knowledge, he has smart. What was he? He gets information. Like you can't fault him for keeping his integrity at all. Literally, guys, at all. You gotta keep yourself on a swivel over those kind of celebrity streams. That's hey, everyone needs to stay safe, prayed up, because it's not a joke, you know. It is not a joke. Guys, you gotta keep yourself safe in Jesus' mighty name because ooh, no. But guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment down below of what your thoughts were as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next one. So guys, bye bye.